Hi, this is my friend Angie, and I've asked Angie to help me with our next segment in our list of the characteristics of sin, the 7 steps from anxiety and unfaith and pride and concupiscence and self-justification through cruelty to blasphemy. And at this moment, we're going to do number 6. Cruelty. But let me put Angie down on the floor here. I'm going to define cruelty as deliberately causing another being to suffer in the name of the good. Actually, I'm kind of confused about this topic. When I was a young child growing up in Durban, Michigan, there was a swap out behind my house, and all the boys in the neighborhood loved playing in the swamp. I could play there by myself or sometimes with the other boys. I just loved catching crayfish and pollywogs and toads and grasshoppers, and we all seemed to do that. But boy, there was a difference between me and my friends, Louie, Billy, and Bobby, who they got great pleasure out of torturing animals, pulling the legs off crayfish or putting a firecracker in the mouth of a toad, exploding it, and they would laugh. I have to just tell you, intuitively, I didn't get it. I just couldn't get it then or now. And I think that Angie and I may have some rapport. I feel the feelings of Angie. I work very hard to make sure that Angie is secure and warm and loved. And I think, at least to a little extent, I think there's some of that empathy that Angie has towards me and the other members of the family who live here. Feeling the feelings of others, we ordinarily think of as a good thing, but for those who like to be cruel, who like to invoke torture, yeah, they feel the feelings of others. What's going on there? I have a hard time imagining when the BTK killer was finally arrested. They asked him, why did you murder these people? Why did you bind them for B, T for torture, and K for kill? His answer was, well, it gave me a sense of power to decide over the life and death of another person. So if concupiscence is a factor, what the BTK killer wanted most was power, and he felt the power when he was deciding someone would live or die. Is that what goes on with cruelty? I'm not sure. I have had a couple of students who have undergone torture. I'll mention just one, Simon Chenawani Farasani, call him Chenu for short, who was a member of the African National Congress in the long struggle against apartheid in South Africa. And on one occasion, Chenu was imprisoned and tortured rather severely. His body beaten. He was electrocuted right along with solitary confinement and humiliation. The guards who engaged in the torture wanted him to sign a document confessing that he was a communist. If he were a communist, then he would be a legitimate enemy of the state. But he said, I won't sign that document. I'm a Christian pastor. I am fighting for the rights of black people and colored people in South Africa. And because he wouldn't sign, he was tortured. Well, when he was finally released from prison, he came to Berkeley, worked with me on his PhD, extremely intelligent man, and the very week that he passed his oral dissertation for his doctorate, he was elected to the South African Parliament. And the rest of the story is that the California State Legislature gave 7 minutes out of their session for Farasani to give a speech, tell Californians to stop divesting, and he said the only thing in his life that was worse than being tortured by the apartheid regime was working under Ted Peters for his doctorate. Well, it was a sense of humor. Yes, it really was. Cruelty, and the cruelty that was foisted upon Chenu by the torturers was in the name of something good, namely the apartheid system, the government of South Africa, and it would be bad to be a communist, but of course not bad to be a fighter for the rights of the underprivileged. But still, it haunts me. The people who actually engaged in torturing and cruelty because they wanted to prop up the government, what is going on with them?